Halftime in DC, and the Kings hitting on all cylinders. They put 71 points up on the board. They shoot the lights out. They were just outstanding. 62% floor, 66% from beyond the arc. Ryan in Sacktown, you saw him during the pregame. I don't really know if you can play offensively any better than that. I mean, they were just hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, they were, Grant, and especially with Lyles out, that makes a huge difference. Herter out, but
Yeah.
free throws would be the only thing I'd say. 3 for 9 from the free throw line. Other than that, everything was great offensively.
Yeah, the free throws were bad. You're right. Sabonis missed 2, Edwards missed 1, Fox missed 2. But I mean, when you shoot 62% from the floor and you make 12 of 18 from beyond the arc, that's gonna, make up for some poor free throws. But again, 71-60, they didn't skip a beat without Kevin Huerter. And we know that Washington can beat Sacramento because they did earlier in the year. I thought that Edwards in his first 7 minutes looked really out of place as a starter. He didn't do anything. I thought he played a lot better in his second stint after he came back in off the bench. And that's going to happen. There are certain players that are just not used to starting, and you could see it in his first 7 minutes.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of nerves there, but this
Yep.
was the type of game to give him that go, right? And I think he might get used to it as it goes along if Kevin does miss extended time, even though he's only day-to-day at this point.
Yep, that was good news. 71-60 at the break. How about Denver losing at the Garden today? They're really in a tailspin. Memphis is leading the Golden State Warriors 67-57 as they approach the half. The Clippers lost today to Orlando. So Kings really, I'll tell you, if you just keep on winning, who the hell knows? Maybe you can win the top seed because you play Denver at the end of the year. Just go out and play. You don't have many games left. But right now, the Kings don't look like they're going to lose, do they?
No, I mean they're playing a consistent brand of basketball, and even when they're not, they're finding a way to win. We thought that Denver game may just be a game where starters are rested, but that could end up being for the Western Conference title or the Western Conference #1 seed.
Dobro Jutro, David. Good to have you with us from Serbia. The Kings bench with Davis led the way. Very good job for the bench. Well, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate that. Glad to have you here. We're going to be on after the game as well. And thank you very much for all of the support. Ryan and I greatly appreciate that. Make sure that you also get your T-shirts. They are available right now. Yes, indeed. And they look just like this. There you have it. Yeah, absolutely. You get your T-shirt if you don't like that .com/shop, or you can make it easy and go to grantnapier.com. All right. Any concerns at all from that first half? I don't see any. I mean, you talked about the free throw shooting, but 71 points on the board in the first half. I can't really complain about anything offensively.
Yeah, no. I would say just stay up on Kuzma. That's the thing, because he can get going. That needs to continue, and try to get Harrison Barnes involved in the game a little bit more. He didn't score in the first half, which is very unlike him. But other than that, keep doing what they're doing. How about you, Grant?
No, not absolutely. Keegan Murray, by the way, 13 points, 5 of 10, 3 of 6. And thank you very much for everyone on the stream. Lydia, thank you. I hope so. I really do. But again, no, I don't have any concerns. Sabonis is doing what he always does. Think about, is he just unbelievable? I mean, every single game, he never, does he ever have an off night? Seriously, does he ever have an off night?
He's only had one this season. It was at home against Toronto. That was it. Ever since he's been right.
I thought you were going to say it was the home game against Denver where he didn't play.
Yeah, that would have been better, right?
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
But you know what's underrated about his game, Grant, is his conditioning. He's running up there, up and down with everybody else, and you never see him bent over at the knees. He is just as solid as they come.
Yeah. All right. As far as what I can and can't put not on the shirt, I have to be careful with trademarks and things of that nature. Murray and Davies helping Sabonis, Fox, and Barnes can help seal the deal in the second half. I agree with you, Jay. Absolutely. All right, let's get some predictions here. Final scores. All right, Ryan, what do you think? Give me a score.
130, Kings 131, Washington 111.
All right. I'm going to go 130 to 117 Sacramento.
Okay. A little bit higher scoring for Washington.
A little bit. But I think the Kings are going to get to 130 in this game. I mean, they're
Yeah, I
off,
do too.
right?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, considering that Fox really hasn't gotten going yet, that's why I think they're going to go to 130.
Yeah, and the Fox quarter is still ahead of us.
That's right. That's
12
right.
minutes of straight Fox.
Absolutely. We're getting all the scores put on here. We thank you, everybody, for contributing. And for those of you that put on a score like this, you have to put the highest score first. Okay. Come on now. All right. We got 144 up on the board. Wow. I
Okay.
could see that, you know?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I see 144. They might call off the dogs a little bit.
We're going to have hats in the near future. We're making sure that we can sell this allotment, see how it goes, and then we will go from there. Again, this is coming out of my pocket. I'm paying for all of this, and I have to make sure that I don't have a surplus of merchandise on my hands. And then what am I going to do with it? So understand that I don't have the luxury of just ordering unlimited amounts of this, that, this, and then not have it sell. And then, oh my gosh, I'm out with the money. So I appreciate everyone with your openness and your suggestions, but I have to walk before I can run.
Yeah, that if that happened, Grant, you'd only have one outfit for like the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. I'd be Jerry Reynolds is what I would be.
Yeah,
All right.
your family would know what they were getting for Christmas every year.
Yeah. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. And all my friends too.
Yeah.
71-60 here at the break. 37 points in that first quarter for Sacramento, and then 34 in the second quarter. And I haven't seen any signs from Washington and they can slow down Sacramento. And the Kings are getting very good shots. I mean, yeah, they're shooting the ball well, but Washington's defense has been horrible.
Yeah, it has. And I mean, I wouldn't expect it, like you said, to improve in the second half. And when the Kings get what they want, this is what happens. And it has a lot of the feel of the Brooklyn game. It has that feel the Kings, I don't get the feeling they're going to lose, like whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like my heart's not like palpitating or anything.
You like the background, huh, folks? You like the Arco Arena background.
Oh, yeah. The old barn.
Great memories there. Great memories there. So we look at this road trip, stop 3 of 4, chance to go to 43-27. Again, how about the road record? We keep on talking about that. It's pretty amazing. They could, if they win this game, they will be 22-13 on the road. Again, this team is better on the road than they are at home. It's puzzling to me.
Yeah, and on the road's the harder part. You'd think it'd be easier to pull it together at home. So if they can do that, they are in a nice spot.
Yeah, they really are in a nice spot. Tell you what else is a nice spot is Bennett's. 2 locations and a third coming to Rockland, Roseville, Eureka, and Lead Hill, and Howe and Fair Oaks in Sacramento. Prime seafood and steak. They have amazing over 50 different types of wine available by the glass at Bennett's. Their prime rib that they have on the weekends is amazing. Don't forget about the weekend brunch. You're going to love the ambiance, the food. And don't forget that the Bennett's are big-time Sacramento Kings supporters. Again, don't forget about that third location coming very soon in Rockland to the Blue Oaks Town Center. That's Bennett's, Roseville, and Sacramento. Right here, 71-60. And we appreciate everyone that continues with their predictions. Yep, best record on the road in the West. And I mean, they could have the best overall record. They really could, They really could.
Yeah, but Grant, don't you see Denver getting it together? I don't see them sliding
I do.
that far.
Yeah, I do. Can I find myself in the Arco Arena background? Wow. I haven't looked. I'll do that. I'll see. Good job, Eli. Haven't even looked. Man.
So this is a random question, and I pretty much know the answer to it. Did you ever get to watch a game from Arco as a fan?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did. Yes. As a matter of fact, when the games were on TNT and we were blacked out, meaning we weren't allowed to do it. Wow, that's pretty amazing, Josh. I would go sit in the stands when I could with my wife and kids. So I would do that occasionally, especially my boys. They were very young, and I really never had the chance to sit with them at a Kings game. I know that's odd, but you think about it, I was working every night. And so those very few instances where I was not working, which even was not that often because Gary Gerald would always ask me to sit in with him on the TNT games, and I did. And then there was one time I said, "Hey, G-Man, I'm gonna sit with my boys for this game."
Cool.
And it was a real treat to be at the arena, sitting next to my boys because they grew up in that arena. I mean, they were there as infants, and to be able to share that with them was great. So, yeah, not often though.
That's cool. Were you able to turn the mind off and not like just thinking, oh, he dribbles here and passes off. Oh,
Yeah, you can turn your mind off. Yeah, it wasn't that hard.
okay.
It really wasn't. But I used to when I had the opportunity to sit with the my sons. I mean, and again, that didn't happen very often. I'm telling you, it did not happen very often. Never happened for a playoff game because I was always working during the playoffs. But yeah, you know what? That's part of the job, part of what I do. 7160 here at the break. Grant and Ryan, we're going to be coming on after the game as well, right here on YouTube and Periscope. And we really appreciate if you would take the time to subscribe. If you haven't already done that, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button. We would greatly appreciate that. All right. So someone wants to know about the Warriors. They're losing again to Memphis. They're just, as Jerry would say, they're discombobulated. All right. And then they have to get combobulated, as Jerry would say. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with them. At home, they're almost unbeatable. And on the road, they can't win a game. Absolutely.
It's been a weird Western Conference this year, Grant. It's been a wacky one. You could almost write a book about it.
Boy, it is hard to believe. It's just like it's hard to believe the Kings' road record is as good as it is. And at home, it's kind of,
Yeah.
it's puzzling the way things work out,
Yep. Very much so.
Yeah, the boys loved GameStop, boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. That was always how much is that? Wait a minute. Excuse me? How much?
Hey, Grant, GameStop and Costco can't get out under 100 ever. Two places.
That's very funny. Yeah, they can't let off the gas, Cody. You're exactly right. Keep it going. The one thing we do know about Washington, they're capable. They beat the Kings, earlier in the season in Sacramento. And they, as you said, they've got some good offensive players. So the Kings,
Yeah.
they cannot take this second half lightly.
No, they cannot. But I would expect them to approach it the same way they've been approaching most games and just keep rolling. But we
Yeah.
will see. You think the Wizards make a little run here? How close do they get to the Kings?
I think they will. I don't think they're ever going to take the lead, though. I'll just say this. I don't
Okay.
think the Kings will relinquish the lead, but I think they'll make it a game in the third. We've seen that a couple times where the Kings have had double-digit leads at the half, and then you come back in 5 minutes later, and it's a 2 or 3 point game. So
True.
I just don't think the Wizards will have the lead in this game.
Okay.
I think they'll come back and they'll get on a little bit of run, but I just think the Kings offensively now, Ryan, right now are playing so well. And again, I keep on talking about this. Fox only scored 6 points in that first half.
Yeah. Yep.
So what do I think is going to happen in the second half? I think Fox is going to go crazy. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, think about the New York Knicks game. He had 8 points going into the third quarter, and the next
Yep.
thing you know, he's got 23.
Austin says they're going to be at the game in Salt Lake City. Good for you. That could
Cool.
be big time. Absolutely. I wouldn't say that C. Webb didn't have any drama. That's not the C. Webb I was talking about with Sabonis. There is absolutely no drama. All right, so second half beginning, Ryan. The number one key in this second half again is what, buddy?
No injuries.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm right with you on that now. No injuries as well. Hey, we really appreciate you being here. The second half is getting ready to begin. Thanks for being here on If You Don't Like That. We'll be back in a